How can I help you? My brain is ready for picking. Cyrodiil, though I suppose you could probably guess that. I grew up in the Imperial City, mostly with my nose in a book. My family own a small amount of property there, and they always encouraged me to pursue my interests. Namely, knowledge, in all its forms. I spent some time at the Arcane University, a couple of years at the archives of White Gold Tower, and I've studied at every academy in the city. But no amount of academic knowledge can compare to some practical experience. I'm done reading about the world. Now I want to see it.
I was wondering, can you whistle? Well, it could be a good way for us to quickly communicate. Look, I found this book. It made interesting reading. Maybe you should give it a look over. Anyway, what did you want to talk about? The rift smells arboreal. I love it. Of course. What do you want to know?
Let's get moving.
Sand and sun is not for me. Sometimes I wonder if I'm really Khajiit at all. I am done with skooma. It has caused many regretful choices. One day, when I have fully repaid my debts, I hope to build my own home, somewhere in the rift. We should find a shop with lots of gold. We have much to sell.
Certainly. I'd love to. What would you like to hear about? The spinners tell of spirits to whom this land belongs, and who belong to this land, if they belong to anything. They are our ancestors and our governors, our conscience when conscience fails, wisdom for foolish elves. We may pretend to live apart from them, but it is only a child's tale, made of childish dreams. Certainly. I'd love to. What would you like to hear about? Many years before your time, and many well before mine, great creatures walked the surface of Nan. Where they came from, none could say. After a time they faded and vanished, all gone away to the lost corners of the world. All save one, a great beast made entirely of bones, did burrow a writhing path through the ground, named the Destroyer by those who survived his passage. Though none could say where it went or what drove it, all knew the barren swaths of land in its wake. It is said the Destroyer's coming could be felt as a qualling of the sod a full day before its arrival. When it arrived in a place, the great beast would writhe about, shattering walls and toppling buildings. Cliffs would turn to slurry in the great quakes brought by its pursuit, and many a pod home burst beneath its bones. It did so until it found men or mer who could answer its question. For the Destroyer would always question its victims. The oldest accounts of these questions were all variations on, "Where can I find the old bones?" The canniest of those asked, would point in a direction deemed most expediently away from and least destructive to the remaining homes. As the destroyer searched, evidently in vain, its questions changed. As it neared the end of its rampage, it was known to ask, "May I sleep here? It has been so long since I slept." The only one known to answer yes to this question was the tree thane of Falinesti, the walking city. Knowing Falinesti would soon move on, from where it wintered in South Point, she convinced the destroyer to sleep in the boughs of Arborfell, an orchard known for its abundance of bats. Here, the Ifrey priesthood planted a blessed seed in the skull of the great beast as it slept. This seed soon grew into a sapling, the sapling into a great tree, and the great tree into the barrow bow. The bones have not stirred since. In the ages following the destroyer's final rest, ancient bones have sometimes been unearthed throughout Valenwood. Though silent, these remains are brought to Arborfell, now the Bone Orchard, in hopes that they will always remain so. This tradition has spread throughout Valenwood. Bosma far and wide have taken to burying the bones of their loved ones in the shade of the barrow bow. Here they believe Ifrey will grant his blessing, a final sleep for the lost. Later then. I'm glad to see you.
Speak to me. No, my mind is a song without words right now. You want to talk? Ask away. All right. Okay. Fire away. I will listen to you talk about talking, and we will take it from there. I like this Lucian fellow, my friend. He may look a little flimsy, but I think he is stronger than he knows. I hope I know the answer. My brother and I never knew our real parents. We were found abandoned in a smelly shack by a soldier on his way to battle. We melted his heart with our fuzzy little faces, and he carried us to the nearest town. He deposited us at an orphanage, and that is where we spent most of our childhood. My brother and I were adopted by a couple of retired assassins. I guess the orphanage did not do a family background check. Mine was perhaps a little more unconventional than most, but I suppose all childhoods are interesting to some degree. My parents provided me with a love and encouragement. Apart from the nightly training sessions, we were a normal family. Okay, let us get back to it.
Here I am.
Yeah!
want to talk? All set?
What can I do for you? Sure. So many things. The culture, the architecture, but most of all, the enormous Dwemer presence here. The technology the dwarves possessed all those years ago is miles beyond us, even today. The chance to study it in person, I just couldn't resist. Right behind you.
Yes, my friend. There's a surprising amount of Bosna here. Okay.
Kinda catchy.
What is it with these Bosna walking around in fancy outfits and serving Nordjars? Salad eaters.
Need a drink, you go to the B and bar. Stay out of the ragged flag.
I am in the way. I am sorry.
Time to die.
I like to think of philosophy as a way of conclusively resolving the big questions in life. Or is it? Discuss?
I'm glad to see you. Yes, my friend. This armor you've given me is a little too heavy for me. It's slowing me down. Let me know if you have something a little lighter. Later, then. If you need me, I'm here.
Yes, my friend. I will bear your burdens gladly. What's next?
Sorry.
What's the Jarl going to do about it?
How are we supposed to feel safe in our own homes?
Please, enough already. I have told Ygritte of your concerns. She'll look after you all. Please, go about your business.
Heard they're reforming the Dawn Guard. Vampire hunters or something in the old fort near Riften. Might consider joining up myself.
It's no use. Let's get back to it then.
Disrespect the law and you disrespect me.
Unless it's about the mill. I don't have time to talk.
Yes, my friend. No.
I mostly deal with petty thievery and drunken brawls. Been too long since we've had a good bandit raid. You're like me, eh? Don't fancy those clunky, two-handed weapons. Stay away from that.
For some reason, this place makes me feel sad. At your service. Show me.
I'm the best warrior in Morthal, and that's no boast. You want me to prove it? I bet 100 gold I can take you, bare-handed.
Dream and reality are not together here. Can you feel it?
I don't converse with my prey.
god might get nervous. A man approaches with his weapon drawn.
I don't converse with my prey.
Most decent people are warm in their beds right now.
I don't converse with my prey. I love it when you go right into my arm. Your best, mortal! I'll drink dry for blood will be mine. Soon your blood will be mine. Your blood is already mine.